tonight. This is Brian Anderson with Clark Kellogg and Grant Hill. And giving us the rundown from the sidelines, reporter Allie LaForce.
And obviously, things haven't been going their way lately. Now they're headed into the second game of a back-to-back. If you ask me, it might be time for their depth to show up and deliver some relief.
No question about it. I mean, these are the situations where the value of having a deep bench really becomes apparent. And those reserves pick up some of the slack and give the starters a break. That really could prove to be the difference in the game.
Grant, LeBron has had so much recognition over the years. But truly, he might not get enough credit for what he's meant to the NBA.
Yeah, you might be right, B.A. Truly a global ambassador for the game of basketball. He set the standard for what a superstar can be, really, in any sport.
Now here's Bridges. 15 in his last outing.
Such an athletic guy. Bridges just hammers it down.
To the paint. And Ball throws it down.
Adding insult to injury with the dunk off the steal.
Nice to see a good play on D. That led to some fireworks.
Well, turning defense to offense, we talk about it all the time. Try to hit your opponent at the other end before they can set up the defense.
Ayton. Pass to James. Now here's Ayton. Oh, and the jam by Ayton.
And he's got such great hands. Ayton corrals rebounds and doesn't lose his touch on follow-ups. Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
James, right side. Kicks it out to Smart. The three. Ball with the rebound. Here's Charlotte. And their first look at this year's Lakers squad. And it's Bridges with the jam.
Ooh-wee. And that is why Bridges is considered a premier dunker.
James can't get it to go.
Yeah, we're not used to seeing him get bottled up like that. Wow.
And here's Knipple from the arc.
The shooter thought he had enough space, but the defender was right on him.
You know, that's a trademark of his defense. Quick to react, close down the shooter, and then affect the shot.
Now here's Hachimura. He chipped in with 13 points in his last game. 4 on the clock. Fades and shoots. Keeps it alive. It's good on the putback.
Oh, I tell you what, Rui Hachimura's teammates love seeing extra effort and hustle like that.
Got a hand on it. Stolen by Ball. Here's Diabate. Here's Miller. Lays it up and in on the nice reverse.
Assisted.
And guys, what do you think about the hustle stats for Charlotte?
Well, you know, they've been aggressive on the defensive end, and it's paying off for them. Quite a few takeaways for them in the early going.
And I've also liked how they've attacked the opposition off of turnovers. I mean, just making them pay for every mistake out there. And they may have talked about shot selection coming into this.
And this is year 2 for Coach Charles Lee at the helm of the Hornets, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., a long-time assistant. He knocked on plenty of doors before finally securing the lead role. And that determination to break through, something he's looking to impart to his young roster. And that's how Miller can take his game to the next level, by being aggressive and attacking the basket.
And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. No good on the second free throw.
Rare sight. How often does he fail to capitalize at the line?
As you know, acquiring a big man was a priority for the Lakers in the offseason, Grant.
And that became a glaring need as we saw in their first-round exit against Minnesota. But enter DeAndre Ayton, a definite upgrade, B.A. And we know Luka is at his best alongside a rim-running center.
Ayton hits them both. Well, Grant, the Lakers captured the 3 seed last season, but only the 8th best point differential in the West. What does that tell you?
It tells me that they overachieved in the regular season, but a team this star-studded has postseason aspirations as well. That's where they'll look to improve.
Pass Pass to Miller. It's rebounded by Los Angeles. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and the game clock. Here's James. Last game he had 28 points. Here's Ayton. Smart outside. Shot clock at 5. Uses the glass on the layup. Ayton's got 8.
Woo, just selling the defense on the pump fake.
And so it's DeAndre Ayton making highlights for the Los Angeles Lakers. Between the scoring and
The Hornets, 12.
And for those of you just tuning in, second quarter action is where we are. What do you guys think about Los Angeles here in this one?
Well, it looks like hitting the boards hard was an emphasis of their attack. They knew how valuable it was to do so.
Yeah, and you know, when a team establishes an edge on the glass early, it really sets things up for the rest of the game. Miller bouncing with some flavor to the rack.
Ball with a steal. On the break. Over to the wing. It's Bridges on the wing. Oh, and that shot misses everything. Air ball on the 3. Down low. Back to James. There's the strength of the King.
Defensively, they've got to get more bodies in the paint. That's 3 straight field goals from below the free throw line.
Hornets trail by 4. In transition, here they come. And the basket by Bridges.
Bridges that time being rewarded for his hustle and his awareness right there. Opportunistic score that time.
Looking at the young forward, Brandon Miller. Just how high is this kid's ceiling, Clark?
Yeah, I think he's got all-star potential. I mean, he's a multifaceted scorer, a really solid rebounder at the wing position, and a good passer. Just a good all-around player who I think is only going to get better and better as time goes on.
They've been behind for a few minutes now.
And I think that's about to change.
To the inside. Back to Ball. LaMelo working inside.
Boy, Ball plays with so much confidence. You know this guy believes in what he can do, including finding ways to score it inside.
Ooh, plenty of contact on that shot. Officials call the foul, and he'll take 2 free throws now. It's on LeBron James. First trip to the line for him here.
You know, he's been one of those players, they've won it on the line as much as possible this season, especially in close games, guys.
Here's James. It's rebounded by Charlotte. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing their last matchup with Orlando.
You know, in that game, it was just too much disparity in effort level between the 2 teams, especially on the glass.
You know, I think that was the big difference in the game. One team was pounding the glass relentlessly, while the other team, not so much.
And here's Knipple from the arc. Knocks down the triple. And now it's a 5-point Charlotte lead.
And what's working here, each guy is willing to make the next pass.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Thanks a lot, guys. LeBron wants his respect. He said the work that goes into still playing at this level has to be respected. They say, would you rather be loved or respected? For me, it's always about respect. People can lie and say they love you, but you can always gauge when someone is not respecting you. Back to you guys.
He's earned it. Allie, thank you. Some nice passing by Charlotte here. Miller left side. Here's Bridges. Ooh, coming through again. Shooting 5 for 7 now.
This run has been fueled by their Matador defense.
The Hornets are led by head coach Charles Lee, who was a 2-time champion as an assistant, Clark.
Yeah, that's exactly right, B.A. He won a title as an assistant coach with the Bucks in 2021, then another as the top assistant for the Celtics in 2024, and that's exactly why Lee was brought to Charlotte, to establish and build a winning culture.
And Miles Bridges is going to pick up the foul. That's his 3rd foul of the game.
And that's the risk you run when you leave him in with 2 fouls.
And the Lakers making a change here. Kennard for 3. Gets it to drop. Now 2 of 4.
He's found his game in the second quarter, looking very assertive now.
Here's Miller. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws. Well, Grant, wrist injury hampered Brandon Miller in year 2. Good to have him back in action, though.
Yeah, the number 2 pick in 2023. I mean, the future still bright for Miller. And he'll have every opportunity to fulfill his immense potential. Yeah, with the size and versatility Miller brings to the table, he's a tough cover for just about anyone. I mean, I'm just not sure what he was thinking right there. I mean, he needs to get his head in the game.
Yeah, yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
White for 3. It's rebounded by Los Angeles.
This has been a close game in a lot of ways, but they do have an edge on the boards.
We've seen it time and time again in games. Effort and determination on the glass can make up for a lot of other weaknesses.
Already 5 lead changes here.
Speaks to how evenly matched these teams have been thus far.
Unloads. No good off the back of the rim.
It can be tough to find space in the mid-range area. Probably should have passed that one up. Great teamwork on that drive, punctuated by a strong finish.
That is the perfect fast break, guys. Getting a hoop before the defense can get set.
And the first half comes to an end. We've got a close game going.
The score, 28.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during halftime. And it's flushed down. A nice jam.
Trading the lead back and forth, neither side is willing to back down.
Yeah, and the lead has changed hands, and it just hasn't stayed in those hands very long when it's changed. Back and forth we go.
Back to Smith. Connects from downtown. And the Lakers lead by 2. And we're joined now by Shams Charania. He's calling in with a story. Good to have you, Shams. What's going on?
Thanks. Well, this new three-point era started with Stephen Curry, and it's really in the last decade that we're seeing the long-distance game extend to the center position. When you look at the list of recent champions, it seems it's also not a luxury, but a necessity to have a paint presence that can also stretch the floor from deep.
A nightmare to contain. All right, Shams, appreciate the report.
And that's gotta hurt. A turnover for a free run at the rim.
And now we know who has the momentum.
You know, those kinds of plays can be difference makers, game changers, momentum shifters, especially in a close contest where 1 or 2 possessions can impact the outcome.
Outside White. Off target with the 3.
The shooter thought he had enough space, but the defender was right on him.
You know, that's a trademark of his defense. Quick to react, close down the shooter, and then affect the shot.
And they'll get another chance. Here's Smith. Outside Vanderbilt. Knocks down the long J. Vanderbilt's got his second bucket on the night.
This defense is getting spaced out. 3 of the last 5 buckets have come from way beyond the arc.
And that one's good. Green.
We've seen that more than once today. An effortless basket inside.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They really got to pick up that interior defense.
They're getting torched on the perimeter. 4 of the last 5 buckets have been threes.
It's hard for me to watch this. I mean, the defense practically giving them those shots.
2 points. That one goes.
Assisted.
White's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And one thing I love about White's game, he scores on all 3 levels. He is not afraid at all to go inside.
Leading him right to the basket with a tremendous pass. Really good execution there.
Here's Diabate. An easy 2 on the layup.
More and more Grant Williams showing the ability to get others involved.
Here's Vanderbilt. Again, the Lakers. Here's White. He's been an offensive weapon for them, scoring around 17.5 points a game. And he got the whistle on the way up, so he'll be headed to the line for a pair.
Williams, very physical as a player, so contact doesn't bother him at all.
Charlotte's shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. And Clark, for all the excitement around acquiring Luka Doncic, now the Lakers hoping to get him back to the NBA Finals.
Yep, his youth sets them up for the future, BA, but with LeBron James in the fold, they still want to try to win now.
Yeah, just a strong finish. Dalton Connect, not to be denied.
And he's got his first opportunity at the line here tonight. And the free throw, no good. Well, Dalton Connect, older than most from his class. You can see that in his game, Clark.
For sure. I mean, he came into the league, BA, at 23 years old, so you would expect some seasoning to be part of his package. I mean, there was a polish to his game that younger players often don't have, and because of that, he was able to make a pretty immediate impact on his team.
Vanderbilt with the block. Pass to Kleba. Out left to the wing. Smith outside. Kleba's shot is off. Hornets trail by 7. And there's James from the arc. Smith with the rebound. Ooh, poked away. White with the steal. With the drive.
The speed, the agility. I don't know how you'd stop White there.
Smith outside. Pass to Vanderbilt. Some solid defense from Williams. And here's White. He'll bring it up for Charlotte. For 3, James fires in the triple. And now just a 2-point Los Angeles lead. And here's Kleba. Counted. Kleba's got 6 points in the quarter.
Good passing to set that up. Teamwork on display.
James with the ball. Gets it off. He got it up in time, but it would not fall for him. That concludes the third quarter.
47. Charlotte. 46.
Man, I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter.
Make some noise.
Now Los Angeles with it. They lead by 1. James attacking. And it's James with the jam.
LeBron on the attack. Unbridled fury and force.
And that one's good. James.
Man, they're having a hard time defending the triple. That's 3 in a row.
I think they're playing too soft on the perimeter. They can't stay so soft. They've got to get up into the shooters here.
Knocks it down from distance. Smart has gotten himself going with a triple. His first basket of the game. For 3, James. And Ayton pulls it down. The Lakers lead by 3. Smart for 3. And another 3 for the Lakers.
Getting the ball and taking his shot, Smart makes it look almost effortless.
It's Smart on the wing. That falls. Nice feed that time from James. Smart has got 9 points now in the quarter. All right, let's take a look at the energy stats, how the hustle game has been going for the Lakers.
You have to be a fan of the energy they've played with on the defensive end. Active hands and feet, and it's come up big a few times for them.
You know, something else that catches my eye is the fact that they have blocked a bunch of shots. I mean, the block shot total, extremely impressive. The defensive intensity, top level.
Now a timeout called by Charlotte.
Yeah, they're hoping to turn things around with this timeout.
Yeah, you know, they had to do something, anything to stop this run. You can't just let it go on any longer.
A big group substitution here for Charlotte. Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Over that last break, I got a chance to hear what Charles Lee said to the team. He was harping on the number of offensive rebounds that they've given up. He told them they have to recommit to the defensive glass. He said, quote, "We're not walking away with the W if we don't box out." A simple message, guys, but an important one.
All right, Allie, thanks once again. Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation. about 2 minutes into the fourth here. Pass to Knipple. Now here's Ball. Will it go? And it's Bridges with the jam.
Yes, sir. Bridges really asserting himself on offense. And when he's rolling like that, it gets his whole team fired up.
Well, they needed that board. They've had a hard time on the glass, but they still have a shot here.
Exactly, because they've made enough plays to keep it close. And as a result, they're still in it. This is their plan in the second half. I mean, try to use the three-point shot to shrink this deficit.
Here's James. Pass to Ayton. And Ayton with the stuff.
And this is how dynamic Ayton can be on the offensive end. Keep getting him the ball, please.
Here's Ball. Into the lane. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up.
It is. No reason to back off and give him the layup. Much better off making him go to the line.
No need to rush here. Take your time.
Take your time. This is
Wow! LeBron making some noise.
LeBron showing you how he does it. A stylish flush by King James.
Pass to Knipple. Fires the 3. Sinks the tray.
They're going at it on offense. Neither team backing down.
Hey, defense is taking a back burner. Secondary on the marquee, but who doesn't love a game like this? Let's go. I like offense.
Knipple. That one's wide left. And so it's Ayton with it. He brings it up for the Lakers. James outside. LeBron James with the flush.
How many times have we seen LeBron do this?